Hey, you want to see something really scary?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Welcome to Fright Night.
Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty.
And I'm Chad.
This week we're covering 2025's Round The Decay.
You're in shock right now. But you're safe here. I know that you're exhausted, but I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that all right? What happened?
What brings you to the valley?
The mountain.
It is my pleasure.
Come take a look at this view!
That is alarming.
To introduce you all to a new resident of Newport's Valley.
Leave the valley before something really terrible happens.
So the rest of us wanted to get away, so we went to some cave.
Did you see something?
Monroe! Why did she do this? She's supposed to say that. What was that?
You scared?
It's all right. You can scream now.
Which actually is from a poem.
Oh, is
like
it?
a really, really old poem.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but the poem is essentially about like a ancient statue that has like gone into ruins or something.
Okay.
So, anyways.
This is written and directed by Adam Newman, and it is about a young woman. She returns to a sleepy little town of Newport Valley 2 years after something bad happened to her. And I don't know if I would have come back. Everybody always comes back to the scene of the crime on these things. I'm like, nah, I might be good. We just hire a guy to go in to look into that. I don't need to go back.
This will be a spoiler episode.
Yes, this one stars Victoria Mirror and Damon Malfi. He is from The Strangers Pray at Night. And so we received a screener of this, and this movie starts off in ancient time. Not going to say ancient, not like
1600s.
1600s or so. And you've got someone that he's threatening the Native American person, telling her that he's going to put a curse on her for the things that the people have done.
Yeah. Okay. So,
yes, there's your typical white man bullshit right there. He's going to put a curse on the Native American for the things they've done to them.
The monologue was very confusing to me because I felt like he was mad at the indigenous individual.
He was.
Well, yeah, he was because, she did not want to cooperate. It was kind of unclear what he really wanted from her. I don't know if she just wouldn't like leave the land, but he had been after this woman for a really long time. Like there was a lot of, the monologue was very long and it went on, and then I did not expect that, he had his, child bride, of course, like you do, colonial man, child bride there, and he sacrifices her to, like, wake up or use the Rexall, which is the main character of the film.
Yes. Which I kind of laughed because Rexall is also the name of a drugstore. So Rexall, it's pretty close. I was picturing, like, the crazy person from the Rexall drugstore coming at people.
That would actually have been hilarious. The sequel to Intruder. The entity promises dominion over the land in exchange for blood. This, now that we saw this, and at the time I wasn't thinking about this at all, you know how they say, like, when writers are writing, they're all, like, at the same time. There's something where, like, ideas are, like, floating around in a bubble.
Yeah.
Even though technically, Widow's Bay had been written a long time ago, and rejected over and over again. This kind of reminded me of Widow's Bay. It's a small town. It's cursed. It's cursed because the ancient people it wakes something up, and they require sacrifice.
Yep, required sacrifice.
So it's very, in that sense, Widow's Bay-esque.
Yeah.
But that's it. It ends there. So yeah, so we have that whole beginning because we need to explain to the audience that's watching why, and they're setting up why the Rexall is here, what it's doing, and what's going on in the town. The town of Newport, Wayland, Newport.
Wow.
Wayland, Newport. So in New Hampshire.
Wait, was it Newport Bay or was Wayland Newport the guy who founded it?
Oh, Wayland Newport is the man that founded it. I'm sorry. And Newport's Valley is the thing.
Newport's Valley.
Well,
sorry.
you know
I said
what?
Bay because you said Widow's Bay.
Yeah. Wayland Newport is the dude, and it's Newport's Valley. My thing is, like, if there's, like, this ancient being going around, which I thought was the wife, the whole time I was watching the movie, when the Rexall came out, I thought it was the wife, but it's not the wife that he sacrifices. That's the Rexall.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Because when you see him slash her throat, she reanimates and comes back alive and then attacks the indigenous person.
Yeah.
So that's kind of ambiguous. I don't really know if they really went out of their way to explain, like,
and
if it was
could
her
be
or
one
not.
of those things, like, and she changed over the years, you know.
Well, yeah, obviously she's like an entity, kind of. She's a creature,
several hundred years old now.
She's like a vampire, really. If you need to, like, she thrives on blood. So 30 years. I'm sorry, not 30 years. So jump to present day.
Yes.
We have Kenzie, and this whole shot of. This whole shot that they show, she's in a gazebo. She gets approached by a man. The man turns out to be her fiance. But there is a close-up, I feel. Like the camera just wants you to see this atrocity that happened. And it was the spilled spaghetti or Italian.
Some kind of pastas all over the
dinner
ground.
That has fallen on the floor. Because later on, way later on, you're going to find out how the pasta got on the floor. I think that should have been the whole movie.
Yeah.
How the pasta got on the floor. Because that's the scariest part for me, was that...
wasting the pasta.
It was wasting the pasta, because I'm an Italian. I love me some Italian food. And there was no garlic bread to go with it.
Oh.
And that's like, how is there not extra bread? There's always extra bread. And who the hell would throw a perfectly fine cuisine, okay? Cuisine. I'm going to say it weird, just on the floor like that. But you find out it's the fiance, and he really he's really wants to get married. She looks dead inside.
Yeah.
I don't think they really touch upon why she was so dead inside. She didn't love him anymore. She did say that. She did not. She fell out of love with him. But it's like, then why stay? And why look so miserable? I thought she was miserable because of the pasta.
That could be. And, we kept waiting throughout the movie for the explain. I kept making the joke, when are we going to get to the fireworks factory? Which is a Simpsons reference, because, when are we going to get to the fireworks factory? When are we going to get to the pasta explanation? The The biggest problem with this movie for me was the fact that there are roughly 79 characters in it.
There are 79 characters, and there's a lot of storylines going on at the same time.
This could have been probably better served by cutting out a couple of these storylines and a lot of the characters.
Now, the runtime for this is 105 minutes. And I hate to say, and you know what? Kudos to you. You did it. You made a movie. I always have to throw it out there because it's difficult. You got to get the money. You got to get the people together. It's a whole thing. You know, you just don't wake up one day and be like, I want to make a movie. And no one goes out and wakes up and says, I'm going to make a bad movie. That's what the movie I'm going to make. No one is. And you know what? It's not that this movie is bad. I'm just going to just go right into it.
It's just a little too long.
It's a little too long, but what's crazy, it's only 105 minutes, and that's not that long, but it felt like I was watching this. I felt like I was watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, it was so long.
Because there's a lot of, like the shots with them where they're talking, and it's like long dialogue scenes, long monologues, and there's so many characters, and we cut back and forth between these different things that it takes a little while for you to kind of wrap your brain around who everyone is. Some of this is happening in the past, some of it is happening now.
It's the past, it's the present, it's the future. You in dreams. I mean, it's all over the place. Yeah. Freddy Krueger could have popped up. So many characters that we know and love could have popped up, like in the background, and we would have been unfazed because there were just so many things going on.
This is kind of, it's like when someone first writes a first book or writes a first screenplay for things. They tend to be large, because they have a lot of ideas and they want to put all the ideas that they have into this movie, because who knows, you might not get to make another one. So let's put everything, including the kitchen sink, in this one and see what happens. And someone just needs to come along and cut some of the stuff out. And I think that this one could have probably been edited maybe 10, 15 minutes out of it, and it would have been way more entertaining and just kind of make it a little clearer. I know it's cheesy to put the thing up on the screen, but why not put the thing up on the screen that says 2 years ago? And let people know that, okay, this scene with the pasta at the beginning is happening 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the, present or whatever, and you get a little bit better, clearer sense of the timeline.
Yeah, I guess maybe because we're like in the 1600s, then it's like 2 years ago, then it's like present day, then you in the dreams.
And then we're flashing back to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It needed a more consistent flow.
It's like one of those things, like the character development had heart. Like it wanted to have so much heart, and I think that's where a lot of the flashbacks was, because it builds on the Kenzie. It builds on her character, what she's going through, the decisions that she made, the guilt that she has, why she returns. There's a lot going on with that one character that all the other characters were not needed. But usually when you have a lot of characters like that is because you can't have only 5 people in the movie and then the Rexall kills everybody and the movie's over. Like, you need to have large amounts of people so then the Rexall can go. And man, did the Rexall go about the whole property, the woods, the cave. She was
everywhere.
She was the fucking Terminator, okay? She was out everywhere in the cabins.
She was just killing like Jason Voorhees.
She sure was. She was killing left and right, and that's why there were so many people, because they wanted the body count. They couldn't just have,
I feel you can also just have, some generic townspeople that you don't know who they are. Yes, you don't really care about them, but if you're just looking to throw some guts around, that's, Friday the 13th made an industry out of that. Just random people getting murdered that you don't know and care about. The practical effects were great. The monster was good. Even if your monster's not perfect, I just love when people still do a practical monster.
Yes.
Because not every one of the old movies that I watched had a monster that if you shined a bright light on it looked great, but they were still cool because someone put the care into making that costume and had to go around and do this. They didn't just go, AI, make me a monster on this. No, I hate that. And same with the CGI blood and that kind of thing. Good practical effects always win me over. That brings a movie up a notch for me right there.
It sure does. And, you know, yeah, the Rexall, she's gross looking. I wouldn't want her chasing after my ass. There were some, you do see, like, obviously some of the things that a human couldn't do. But at the beginning of the film, they use a lot of shadow work, you know, and keeping her in the shadows, which I thought was smart, especially if, you know, the costuming is not the best or the makeup is not the best. And it was fine. It was good. It was good. But they use that also just so there's more of a build up of what she looks like, right? When you finally see her, you're like, oh shit.
Well, the joke is, the joke or the theory is you never, because of Jaws, don't show the shark until the third act. Wait until the very last to show the shark, otherwise people are used to it. Same kind of thing applies here, I think.
Now, we did say it was spoiler. Of course, the townspeople, of course, are in on it. They're the descendants of these colonial people.
It didn't take real long. If you've seen more than, I'm going to say, 4 horror movies, you probably picked up right away that the townspeople are in on it.
Yeah, and they're the 1%. They're the wealthy people.
Yeah. Because, spoiler alert, every small town, everywhere, every remote island community, they're all evil. It's just a fact.
No offense to any listeners that may or may not be any of the people we just mentioned.
Well, listen, if you're in a small town somewhere and you're listening to us, chances are you're one of the good people that's fighting the monsters in the town. So give us a shout out, and we will let you know what we can do to help you out. We've got a lot of horror experience here. We can put some knowledge your way.
Yeah, I give this one 1.5 knife.
I'm gonna give it 2 just because I appreciated their effort and I appreciated the practical effects on it, and it's a good start. It just needed to be edited down a little bit, and I think it would be better.
Yeah, streamline the story a bit.
This one is...
There was a lot of story.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit less story. This one is available on all the major platforms now. It's on Amazon, iTunes, Google, Fandango. It's even on Hoopla. So you can check it out for free at the library if you want. Yeah.
I look forward to see what Adam Newman will come out with next. Yep. I hate to... We usually don't go out of our way, or really, we usually try to pump up and coming people. So yeah, it's difficult for me because it's blood, sweat, and tears to come up and make something, and and especially when it's like their baby, it's their baby.
Yeah.
But I love the poster. I'm gonna say that I feel like when you have a good poster, that draws the people in. The poster's really good, and it says only monsters can kill monsters, which is like, okay, well, was Kenzie the monster? And why was she the monster? Because she did not want to marry the dude who died. We did say he died of. The town was like, oh, it was a bear massacre. But
he died in the cave. They just write it off like nothing.
Mr. Newport was like, no, he got sacrificed from the Rexall.
That means we don't have to use anyone from the town this year. Woo! Thank God.
Yeah, it was getting a little. Also, the townspeople. There was like 10 townspeople. I don't know where the rest of the townspeople were. Oh, it was when they like the downtime
the
of the town. Yeah, it was the off season. Yes.
So some of them may have been gone.
Yeah, because I was like, man, that's a small ass town. There's only 10 people. That's crazy.
But okay, so let's move on to something else we saw this week that's out there. It's coming out in October, and that's finally after. Let's see, the last one was 2009. So 17 years? We're finally going to be getting something new related to Friday the 13th in October. Of course, this comes out October 15th. I feel like your date of release
my birthday
was that is not your birthday.
It's my birthday. Shut up. It's my birthday.
I feel like the date of release this was November 13th because that's the only Friday the 13th left this year. So I feel like that's when you should have released this.
Yeah, why didn't they? Why they dropped the ball? Why they didn't release it?
I guess they wanted it out before Halloween. But so this one is of course, a prequel, because everything needs to have a prequel now. This is going to be the story of Mrs. Voorhees. It's 8 episodes, and I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. Linda Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks, Scooby-Doo,
DTF.
DTF St. Louis is playing Mrs. Voorhees, so that's an interesting choice. Maybe we'll finally find out something about Jason's father in this. I hope they go full blown and just say Jason's father's a warlock or some shit.
What?
I want him to be like a warlock, that's why Jason came back, was because he raised him up from the lake and then kept him in the woods all these years as his... I don't know, I'm just thinking of crazy shit.
That is a crazy fucking take. And my mind is blown. I'm like, I was not expecting you to say this. I like it. In a weird fucking way. I'm like, oh yeah, that would explain why he's tied to the freaking lake.
Tied to the lake. He was brought back by a spell to become the guardian of the lake.
Damn.
Yeah. Crazier things have happened in these movies.
I would like it even more if in all the films it was like just like random campers. Like one movie, like these bitches like fucking threw garbage in the fucking floor, and like Captain Planet, he fucking came out and just machete the shit out of them. Like, don't. He don't talk, but he's like,
he's wearing
recycle.
One of them's got a shirt on that says "Give a hoot, don't pollute." And he's just chopping the shit out of him with a machete, and you're like, oh no, they should have definitely given a hoot. They did not give a hoot, and they did pollute. So now, Jason... Now they're dead. Now they're dead.
You know what? That's going to be the new fucking movie. It's not going to be like, oh, the rules, like, oh, you have sex and you die. It's like, you do terrible things, like, you pollute, you're dead.
Wait. I'm thinking now. They're doing all these movies with Bambi and Popeye and everything. When does the copyright expire on Smokey the Bear and Woodsy the Owl? Because that's the slasher movie we need out in the woods.
I'm going to tell you right now.
In the city or in the woods, chop, chop, chop.
I'm going to tell you, they're going to listen to this and they're going to be like, yes, they're stealing our idea, because I would fucking see both of those movies. Yeah. But wait, why in my mind I thought, how many licks does it take to get to the center for Tootsie Pop?
Different Al. But... this is gonna be...
he's in it. He's going to do a cameo.
He's going to do a little cameo.
He's going to be licking, like, the brains of somebody.
Just, like, try licking their skull and just cracks it open. Yeah, this is like the mascot shared universe, where there's a movie about each of them, and then in the third one, they team up together to fight the pollution.
They team up together, but also, not only do they team up together, but then, in the end, there's going to be, like, a freaking one of those, which after credits thing, Toucan Sam's gonna fucking show up.
Oh no, the cereal universe.
And that's gonna be the next set. It's gonna be the
cereal universe. Woo! This just writes itself, doesn't it?
Tony the Tiger gonna be in there.
They're
dead.
Exactly. They're gratefully dead. Then it's a tie into a Grateful Dead album.
Oh man, classic. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's her face, Linda, be Mrs. Voorhees. And it was because this is a teaser that came out. She's walking towards, like, obviously a special child in the thing. So we don't know if we know what we know about Jason, so he a little touched. So, she's like, oh no, my son is touched. Maybe the dad's touched. Maybe she's just like, you know what? I'm doing it, and that happened, because he's a special boy. He's her special boy.
I still want him to be a warlock. Apparently there was a scene in one of them, I think it was in Jason Lives, when he came back, that they cut, where the father shows up at the grave, and they teased that the father was going to be involved in Jason, but then they cut that scene. They either filmed it or either...
It didn't go anywhere,
yeah,
so
it just left it.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, like, please tell me that they filmed this. Who was the dad? Was it just a shadow looking down?
Yeah, it probably was just a shadow looking down.
Yeah, we can't name anybody.
You see a set of cowboy boots and a
duster. Shut up.
And then later on, he just walked right into Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah.
Classic. Man, we're coming up with some fucking amazing ideas. Yeah, I'm super excited to see this. There's even a little Camp Crystal Lake song that the kids are singing.
Yes.
You know, I love me a good camp song. So that's the music that they're playing in the teaser. So I'm like, oh yeah. But, I mean, if you really think about it, this is where there may be some fuckery, okay? Because you've established this woman in the first film. She got a job working at the place. Now, there's a lot, and I guess this is where it happens, like, in the writing room, right? Like, okay, what do we know about her? Okay, she used to work at the camp, okay?
She worked at the camp.
She had a son was there. He was supposed to be watched by the campers. He wasn't. He drowned and died. Okay, great.
And then the next year, she started killing people at the camp.
See, that's where it doesn't make sense. Because then you move forward to present day, the first movie, right? When it goes into present day. Did she just show up in the camp pretending that she was the camp, like the main camp person? Did she like, was she there under false pretenses is what I'm saying? Because...
Or maybe they just hired her again, thinking...
But if she killed a whole bunch of people back in the day...
Or she'd have been in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe she did go to jail, and we're going to find out in the first one that she just lied. She just showed up and wasn't supposed to be there at all.
I mean, I guess they still had paper licenses at that time, right? So
yeah, in the 50s. They didn't start putting pictures on them until the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, I meant in the 80s, and when she goes back. For the first movie, not the beginning of the thing.
No, they had pictures on.
They had pictures. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was.
It was the 50s, mid 60s or so when they started putting the pictures everywhere.
All right. Well, so yeah, I have no idea where they're gonna do that because we're gonna, for all intents and purposes, we're gonna say she will kill nobody at that time. She killed the 2 campers. But did she go on a killing spree after that and just kill everybody?
Or was it just those 2? Those were the 2 that were supposed to be watching Jason, and she just killed them.
Yeah, so
we don't know. And then she just laid dormant until after they closed the camp.
Mm-hmm.
She just went on about her life. And then when they opened the camp again, she was like, nope, it's time to start stabbing people.
I told them not to open this camp. So yeah, so
Doomed.
we don't know. We don't know where... Oh, is he going to show up?
It's crazy. Oh, maybe Crazy Ralph is Jason's father.
Oh, maybe he is. That would make so much sense, right?
That's why he knew they were doomed.
Damn. Because he knew his son was tainted. So yeah, excited to see that. Now, next trailer we saw was Buddy.
Oh, yes. The Barney...
I'm calling it the horror version of
Scary Barney.
Scary Barney. Now this reminds me of that show that I was obsessed with that I can't remember the name of. Channel Zero. I feel like there was a Channel Zero where there was like maybe it was the first one with the kids show that was
yes.
The kids were all obsessed, but this one stars Kristen Milioti from the Penguin Show.
Yes.
And it's Ted's wife from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yes.
Delaney Quinn, who's the little girl from If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You, which was like a big thing. Pretty sure that's the name of the film. During the Oscar time. Topher Grace. Hello. Okay. That 70s show.
Oh, he's definitely the bad guy.
No, the bad guy... Are you ready for who the bad guy is? Because obviously it's just voice. It's Keegan.
Oh.
Keegan's the bad guy.
Wow.
Patton Oswalt is doing a voice. Of course he would be, right? Patton Oswalt's doing a voice. There's a lot of like people doing voices for this. So looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, you always think like, and it's by Casper Kelly. You always think like, oh, I know people have a lot of like Barney hate. I love me some Barney. I don't care. how old I am. I'm always gonna love Barney. He holds a special place in my heart. So yeah.
Next month also has got a couple of them I'm interested to see. I want to see the Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma.
Oh yes. Next month is going to be one of those big months because Buddy comes out in August as well.
So does Teenage Sex and Death, and so does the Ice Cream Man.
Oh yes, the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, that one's going to be a crazy one.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Ice Cream Man. I mean, I do know how I feel. No, Eli Roth, no. I just. It's just too much. I don't know. It's just too much for me.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I can't do it. The kids going around killing people, and even if I know they had that oh my god, what is that one movie that we saw where the kids were being infected? It was a zombie movie too. And it was
Cooties.
Cooties, yes. I really liked Cooties. But I feel like Cooties is nowhere near where this is
taking
going.
it up a notch a bit. This is taking it up way 3-4 notches from Cooties.
It's like mega notches.
But so that's some things we're looking forward to coming up. Let us know in the comments what you guys are looking forward to. We'd be interested.
I am very interested to know. And also, I'd have to say that not only am I like, I do want to see the Buddy movie, but I can't wait for the Crystal Lake. The camp, I'm never gonna get this. The
Miasma.
Miasma. Who knows what's gonna happen there? I don't even know. It's gonna be pretty fucking crazy. It's gonna be pretty crazy, right? Because what could they possibly? What could they possibly come up with? Like, you have Gillian Anderson in there. You have the chick from Hacks. Like, I can't. Oh, Casper Kelly, in case you didn't know, had one of the stories in the VHS Halloween.
Okay.
And I feel like we really, really, really love that. So, and I have a bad feeling it's the one that we did, the one with the kids. I can't remember which one he did, but I know he did one of them. And if we're going to go in the direction of like the freaky film, like kids ID thing, and then this Buddy thing, like they're
I
pretty
don't know which
close.
one he did, so
They're pretty close and things. So I could see him doing that one. But yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us on our little rant and also review of Round the Decay. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.